So it's official, Joao Felix will be joining Al Nassr. So on the one hand, it's actually a good bit of business for Chelsea because they're getting around 50 million euros, 30 million of a rough initial fee, plus the additional 20-ish millions in add-ons and all the other stuff that comes with transfers. But honestly, it really brings a curtain on a very underwhelming time, not just at Chelsea, but a career thus far for Joao Felix. Now, outside of the financial gain, which is obviously astronomical, I mean, let's be honest, any player that goes to Saudi, the figures that they throw at you are absolutely otherworldly. It's ridiculous. In my opinion, and this is probably a shared opinion, there is no real footballing sense for him to move there. He's clearly a player with talent. It's just never been harnessed. He's never been able to cultivate it. The teams and systems he's been in my opinion, have never really promoted his own growth as a football player. And this, I think, is where it will officially just halt. And the level he's at just now, I think, is very likely that he will maintain that, even if he puts up ridiculous stats in Saudi, which is normal for players who go from Europe to over there because they've naturally played at a higher level, and his own quality at this juncture is greater than the quality over there. So even if all of these impressive stats, again, this is just me projecting, but even if he puts up all these fantastic figures, there's just going to be an asterisk that, you're playing in a league that will allow you to do so, and you're not playing in a system where you're actually, growing as a football player. Now, one of the positives of this situation is we can actually look back at his career and really see where it went wrong. And obviously it started off when he moved to Atletico Madrid. Now, he had a couple of good seasons, specifically the season before he left at Benfica. Obviously tipped for a huge career, ridiculous transfer fee, and clearly in the rigid system that Diego Simeone employs, and the sturdiness and the way they are as a team. Now, yes, they have evolved, I would argue, a bit now, but clearly it wasn't designed for him, and it wasn't, as I've said already, it wasn't going to promote him as a football player. And since then it was like stop-start. It was on loans to Barcelona, Chelsea, never could really be in any of the teams, get a foothold in properly, and especially at Chelsea where they have a plethora of talent already, which is, they're looking to add to it. With this with them selling Joao Felix, is now helping them to be able to produce the funds to potentially go and sign Xavi Simons. And he's another ridiculous talent. So all in all, it's been a very torrid time, I would say, just from the outside looking in. Another thing to look at is the World Cup. Now, next year, Portugal will go in on paper with one of the most talented squads out of anyone in the tournament. And I do think he'll be part of the squad, but I think it'll be incredibly difficult for him to have a permanent position as a starter. I think he can contribute off the bench, but I think now doing this, him going into the World Cup, all of a sudden playing at such a level where he's fit and ready to go, I just don't see that happening. He's playing slower tempo football, lesser quality, as we've already established. So his future with Portugal as well, I think, is in jeopardy because their talent just keeps on growing with their other players, and there's new players coming through, and it's a very exciting time for them as a nation. But for him as a player, it's going to be a very difficult time. Overall, what do I think? It's a really sad reality, and obviously he won't look at it like this. He'll look at it as, this is incredible for me financially. I'm going to play so frequently. So he'll look at it like that, most definitely, and the people around him. But as a fan of football and watching someone with talent there, and all of a sudden not ever going to see what it could be like under the right or in the right circumstances, and it's just such a shame. So yeah, is this the end of Joao Felix? It does feel like it.